What is going on, guys? My name is Will, but you can call me Tate. And tonight is the night before a very, very exciting trip. I'm going back out to Northern California. Now, this time with a couple of buddies of mine that you will see in this vlog. And I'm just so excited to go out there. I'm watching a video that I hope to release while I'm on this trip. Yeah, I've really wanted to do a travel vlog like this because I travel for a living. So I've really wanted to do something like this, but of course, this is a vacation. We're going out there, of course, for California's Great America, but to do some couple of other fun things that, of course, I will share in this vlog. So yeah, let's go get some sleep, and we gotta wake up early tomorrow morning. Well, as you guys saw from my projector clock, it's very, very early. I only got like a few hours of sleep last night, but let's get ready to go to the airport. All right, I've got my suitcase all packed. Now, I really actually probably don't need a suitcase that big, but you can see I've got my work clothes there so that as soon as I get back, I can just throw those in there and reload and get back on the road. But yeah, it's actually nice to be traveling this light because normally I'll have like a toolbox and a heavy safety bag that go with my normal suitcase. So yeah, let's head towards the airport. CMH, where all my flight trips start again. It's so good to not have to have a toolbox with my luggage. I don't know what to do with my other hand besides a vlog. Looks like we got a bit of a wait, but all the counter agents and TSA agents know me here. Terminal C is where you'll always find me in this airport, and that's where all of our Delta gates are, and TSA pre-check has been a worthwhile investment. I don't know why there's actually a line for normal today, but not normally at this airport, but at like the busier airports, I save a lot of time doing pre-check. So I'm through security. That took like 10 minutes. I'm to the point now where I don't need to come to the airport 2 hours early because I know this airport so much. But yeah, heading to my first flight, I actually have two because I don't get a lot of straight flights out of Columbus. So we're gonna fly through Minneapolis, which is my favorite Delta hub. So it was right here where I realized I'm not as comfortable vlogging in an airport as I am a busy amusement park. I know, crazy, but anyways, here we are getting on our first flight from Columbus to Minneapolis, and unfortunately, this plane had a dirty window, so these first couple of window plane shots are going to be a little dirty.
That all being said, if you could please keep an eye on seatbelts on. That'll be a cue to move up the cabin. When I have it on, please make sure with your seatbelt fastened. And when we turn it off, moving fast and smooth there. While you're in your seat, just leave seatbelt.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over.
So there's our first plane, and as you can see, we docked at C11, and I needed to get all the way to F gates, which is awesome because it meant that I got to showcase a little bit of my favorite airport, definitely my favorite Delta hub. So you're going to take this long walkway, and to get to F gates, we have to walk through one of my favorite sections ever. We're going to make a left turn here, and it turns from being what looks like a standard airport into like a mall section, and I absolutely love this part of the airport. You can see there's stalls on both sides. Here's me just about halfway down, and yeah, it's a lot longer than it looks like in real life. It's got a food court and everything. I mean, you just feel like you're in a mall and not at an airport. So much shopping and dining here. And yeah, this is one of the things that really helped me enjoy traveling, especially for work or when I have long layovers. Because as I said, in Columbus, I don't get a lot of straight flights. So this is a Delta Sky Club. And luckily, I've had enough status to be able to obtain the privilege of getting in these clubs. As you can see, it had breakfast. Their lunch and dinner selection is a little better. But for breakfast, I decided to get a bowl of oatmeal, some potatoes, some sausage, and a nice orange juice. And I did realize that it's not as nice when you're on vacation because normally I'd be sitting doing paperwork. But hey, it's still a nice place outside of the normal chaos of the airport to just stop and chill and relax. And quickly, it was time to head to my gate. As you see, we are flying into San Jose. It is actually much closer to California's Great America and the 49er Stadium. And I also collect these flight cards that if you ask the pilots, at least with Delta, they all have special cards for whatever plane you're on. So I love collecting these. And we're in seat 1D, and look at that. We have a clear window as soon as it focuses, which means we're going to have a nice shot of our takeoff and landing. I did locate my bag. I always think it's fun to see them load my bag on, especially because I've had so many bags with broken zippers or bent tags, and yeah, it's very, very annoying. But anyways, I wanted to add in this full shot. I'm not going to put any music over it after this of our takeoff because I find planes so extremely cool. And yeah, you guys can really hear the hum of these engines. And on our way out, be sure to look out. We got a great view of Mall of America and Valley Fair. So yeah, a great takeoff shot. Alright, so got my bag. Glad to see it's all in one piece because I can't tell you how many times I've had to replace a zipper. Now you just saw on the sign the 3 worst words for any airport: rental car shuttle. It's not too bad with only having one bag, but imagine having another bag that's as heavy as this one with another bag as heavy as that one on top of it. makes getting on and off shuttles not very fun. Well, I had to instantly break out the sunglasses because it is hot and it feels great out right now. But yeah, there are 2 terminals for as small as this airport is, but unfortunately for me, the Delta terminal is not the one that's connected to the rental center. Quick little bus ride there, but let's head into the rental car center. And I always book with National, whether I'm flying or driving somewhere. I always have a National rental car, and the good thing about National is I don't have to stop at the counter. I can just go pick my car. Here's where we're going, 6th floor, National. Let's see what car we get. So normally I just walk down where it says the executive aisle and I can pick whatever car I want, but I booked a nice one specifically, so let's see what we get. But this is why I love National, because after flying, you just walk in, get your car, and go. So the nice thing is I can use my free days to pretty much book any car class. So Premium Elite SUV, let's do a walk around. Love Audis, they're my favorite cars to rent. Don't look too bad. Oh, we've got some scratches there, so glad I took this video from Arizona. Nice Audi Q5. Yeah, let's hop in this. They were actually trying to give me that Mercedes right there, but I got in it and it smelled like weed, so I said, please give me something else. 32,000 miles is normally a little higher than I would like, but this is still a nice car, so I'm gonna take it and let's head to the hotel. So yeah, it's so easy. All I have to do is present my ID. They'll look at my reservation, scan the car, and we are on our way. But what's weird is that it's 1 p.m. here, and I started traveling. My first flight left at 7 in the morning. So of course we lost 3 hours, or gained 3 hours, I guess, coming here. So I am exhausted. Luckily I got a little bit of sleep on that flight over here. But yeah, it's already been a long day for me, and it's only 1 p.m. here. And here we are at my first of 2 hotels. Now I'll tell you guys when we get in why I'm doing 2 separate hotels. And yeah, I'll explain the entire trip once I get in. Sorry, I know this has been sort of convoluted, but yeah, I've been out here before. I've actually stayed in this very hotel for work, so I decided to come back here for a night. And what's crazy is you can sort of see it over there, but there was a mall here that when I first visited CGA, of course, on that work trip in 2021, that mall was like really, really nice inside, but now it looks like it's on its last leg. So maybe we'll take a trip in there. But yeah, let's get checked in. I'll show you guys my room, then I'll explain everything about this trip. Spin again. Lazy dog coupon. All right, 425. Let's see what we got. All right, let's see what we got. I sat my laptop bag down there. We've got our king bed here. Nice TV. We've got our bathroom there. And if you come around, the difference on these compared to like a Holiday Inn is you get a full fridge and freezer, which is always nice. If you're here for a while, you can actually cook your own food on that, and a nice microwave. So yeah, this is why I love Staybridges and Homewoods, which you'll see us staying at tomorrow. All right, so now I'm in my hotel. So here's the lowdown on this whole trip. So you heard me talk about 2 friends that I have coming to join me. One is my good friend Zach. If you guys remember, forever ago, he accompanied me to Holiday World back in 2021. We both went there for our first time, and then I of course took him to Kings Island for his first time. And I've also got my friend Alex. He's from Florida. He's been a longtime friend, and he's actually going to be sort of like a general public when it comes to California's Great America. So it'll be interesting to get, you know, the experience of an enthusiast and a GP when we go to CGA. That is actually on Saturday. So it's going to be an action-packed trip. Saturday, we're going to CGA, which is of course going to be its own vlog, but then we're going to Alcatraz after, which I'm going to showcase in this video. And then on Sunday, we're going to a San Francisco 49ers game. So yeah, in addition to how we're traveling and getting to all of this stuff, I'm going to include those. That's why I called it a travel and adventure vlog. And yeah, really, really excited. So this nice hotel room cost me a grand total of $0. And that's because I used points that I have. I have so many IHG points. Cost me 24,000 points. And yeah, compared to the room that you guys are going to see we're in tomorrow, this is like a fourth of the points that room costed. So I figured I would just stay in this hotel for the night and then move over to the other one in the morning. But yeah, that's the lowdown on the trip. I'm gonna relax here and then we'll go grocery shopping. Here's a view of the pool area. You know what? I might actually go check that out because it's only 1 o'clock and we've got the entire rest of the day. But yeah, this hotel is actually pretty new. So nice little extended stay, Staybridge hotel. and the mountains in the background. You guys know if you saw my CGA vlog just how much I love this area. And yeah, I'm glad to be here without any work restraints because I'm actually here on vacation for once. Well, it's closer to 3, as you can see. Ended up sitting on the bed, and yeah, with how tired I was, did not go too well. So let's head to Walmart. Just gonna run in this Walmart real quick, but again, I mean, the mountains, this area, just one of my favorite parts I've ever been to in the country for work, and I'm really glad to be out here for vacation. So I get why they do this, but one of the annoying things about the state of California is that they don't have any grocery bags. So I'm gonna travel lightly and only get these so that I can carry these back into the hotel. Well, I personally am not a huge fan of the food, but no trip to California is complete without In-N-Out, and especially because I had a burger on the plane. Stopped over here just to grab a milkshake. California staple, but yeah, if you've never been out to Cali, trust me, this place is not that good. Well, I've got the Tate editing suite set up here. Yeah, this hotel's awesome. They let me get a late checkout at 2 p.m. tomorrow, which should make transferring to the new hotel easier. So I'm probably gonna sleep in, work out, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the morning. That's it for day 1.
Well, I tried to sleep in. I stayed up late editing that video and went to bed hoping I'd sleep in, and it's only 7:30, which is 10:30. So I basically slept in for normal East Coast time, so don't know what I'm gonna do now, but it doesn't feel like I'm gonna go back to sleep.
All right, so as you see, we're down here in the hotel gym. Not too bad, but yeah, just gonna get a quick workout in. This is how I've lost enough weight to even be able to do this trip, so. Like I said, I normally wake up early when I'm working to get these workouts in. It's normally like 4 or 5 in the morning, but I was glad to not have to do that while on vacation. This gym is pretty nice, as you can see. I got a nice sweat on. Just did some treadmill time and then a simple tricep workout just with some dumbbells here. But yeah, this gym was pretty nice. One of the things that I really hate is when people don't wipe off their equipment in hotel gyms, because so many people are just in and out. So took the time to wipe down everything I used before heading to breakfast. Now you can see they've got a nice cold and hot selection, pretty standard for hotels. I'm pretty used to it. And then we decided to make ourselves a waffle. As you can see, the precision it takes to not overflow the waffle maker, but at the same time not have, I guess, waffles that are too small and not full is a skill that I've acquired. And then yeah, just a simple breakfast here. All right, well, enjoy the messy bed, but that is going to do it for the first out of 2 hotels. So let's get checked out. Well, that's gonna do it for the first hotel, this nice Staybridge. Of course, I'd been here before for work, so I knew what to expect, but still, you can't complain too much when anything is free. But really, shout out to that hotel. They let me check in early at like 1 o'clock yesterday and let me check out late today at 2, so don't have to wait too long to check into my new hotel now. All right, now this is the same mall that I said I wanted to check out because I had been here before. My hotel is just on the other side of this part of the mall, but the reason I chose this entrance is because this Jack's restaurant and bar is a place that we used to come and eat at lunch every single day pretty much when I worked out here. So yeah, I just wanted to come use this entrance for a quick nostalgia trip, but let's see the status of this mall. Wow, so I literally just walk in and you can already start to see where some of the retailers have started to move out in the declining state of this mall. Let's keep walking around. Store closing sign there. Wow, sad to see. Well, this is really sad. We got like a broken escalator here. Just look at all the retail stations that are just gone. What's sad is I can't tell if it was where that booth is there or if there was a whole other section of this mall where this awkward wall is. I'm gonna assume past this wall was a whole another section of the mall. And yeah, I remember fountains being in here. I remember being so surprised the first time I walked in here. Yeah, it looks like they tore down that entire section of the mall. And I mean, wow, this is just sad. Wow, so I'm upstairs now. You can see the Macy's long gone, but I think this used to be the food court, and it looks like there's only one place remaining. I mean, this is just so hard to look at. I mean, what's cool is you can tell, if it could focus, that used to be like a Subway. It's weird that they left all the equipment. Oh, there's a Charlie's Cheesesteaks over there. I only know that because I worked at one of those for a long time before I went to college. So yeah, so interesting and sad. And this upstairs corner of the mall is just completely empty. No tenants whatsoever. What about downstairs? Same with downstairs. Just a bunch of covered walls. So yeah, let's head out here. This is just the upstairs where I came in, which is cool that they've got, you know, 2 floors with an outdoor escalator. It looked like this mall definitely showed some promise, but what's sad is once they get in the state, there's really no way to save them. Well, that was depressing, so enough of that. At least I got the text that my room at my next hotel is ready. Now, what I love about Hilton is that I don't really need to stop at the desk. I've got the digital key on my phone, so I can really just show up and get in the room without having to talk to anybody. All right, so we are here at the Homewood Suites. Now, if you know anything about hotels, you'll know that this is pretty much the exact same thing as where I stayed at previously. This is just the Hilton version of that. Of course, the Staybridge is an IHG hotel. So to spread out some points, I decided to stay at the IHG one for a night. And yeah, let's go see what this room looks like. All right, 349. Super excited to show you guys this one. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so we've got kitchen area. We don't have as nice of a microwave in this one, but we've still got the full fridge and freezer. Dishwasher, there's dishes and everything, and then another station to cook right there if we need it. We've got where one of us will be sleeping in this main room, of course here, that's a sofa bed. If we turn right, we've got, this is the bedroom that I'm gonna take. You see my laptop bag there. There is nowhere for me to really set up to edit anything while I'm here, but yeah, there's yours truly. You can see, this is not the same shirt as yesterday, by the way. That one had gray Packers, this one has yellow. Look at the room in this bathroom. So that's why I'm gonna take that one. And then if we walk over here, we've got another room, another king bed there, and another bathroom. So for 3 people, I think this definitely works, and we're gonna be very comfortable in here the next few days. So I love how all of the TVs welcome me as a Diamond member. That is such a cool touch. Something that's also nice is every room, as you can see over there, and there's another one in the other room, as you can see, is its own thermostat, so we can all keep it exactly how cold we want it. That's kind of perfect. Well, both of my friends have now landed at San Jose. I am so excited. Now, I might be a Delta loyalist, but you guys saw how smooth it was me getting here. One of my friends flew American and the other one flew United, and both had troubles getting here. But I am so happy that this vacation's fully gonna start now that they're there. I do wanna say really quickly though, so we're really gonna be enjoying each other's company, you know, on vacation. So there would definitely be some clips at Alcatraz and some clips when we go to the 49ers game. And as well as, you know, just us getting to California's Great America. But as far as, you know, how the vlog has been thus far, where I'm trying to vlog as much as possible, I don't know if it's gonna be as much of that until I'm alone again on the way home. But yeah, definitely gonna keep vlogging and have some adventures in California. I'm so excited. Damn, that's a ballsy throw too.
I know, yeah. After dropping game 1 in Minneapolis, coming back from 20 points down.
Today is the day. Let's do this. Here's today's shirt representing Siren's Curse. See the tilt trap in the pack.
I've never been to this park at opening. If you've seen my other vlogs, it's been after a long day of work. So to be here at opening, parking lot doesn't look too full. So hopefully we're not in for a crazy day. Today's Saturday. It's the only day they're open all week. So, well, we are leaving California's Great America. Got on so many rides. So be sure you guys check out the vlog from this day, just because we did so much, and I absolutely love this place. I'm not ready to walk out. So before Alcatraz, we've pulled up to Pier 39, just walking around, gonna see the sea lions. You really see how
Look at that cute thing right there, right behind you. What happened to her video? get here from that.
For them, it just meant to choose men to be able to control others, since most of these men would be transacted duty. They didn't like this rabbit because they were almost as suspicious of government organizations. Despite the opposition ending for almost 2 years, many of these
Like you guys do. Look, that one.
There's going to be some open areas. Check the sign located.
I recognize that Zombies music. Crazy. Played Warzone on this map before Warzone. We played Blackout. That's sort of how we've kept in touch all of these years. So actually being here is so surreal.
Yeah.
Raised area where the officers could patrol without being, out in contact with the incarcerated men.
Our unofficial tour guide, Zachary, what did you think of that?
I'm so tempted to go. This is the door right here.
You're not gonna go.
Dude, it's down to the prison yard. I can make it. There's no cameras on this island. It was very nice. I enjoyed it.
Of course you enjoyed it. You knew more than the tour guide.
Ambient music.
No.
Well, you could have
No Zombies music playing while I'm in there. All right, so yesterday was a really long day with a lot of steps between the amusement park and Alcatraz. There were some steep climbs. I didn't really show that much, so we went back, got some Jack in the Box, and like literally crashed. So I'm up trying to get a quick workout in, and yeah, we've got the football game today. Here's the gym set up here. This one's just a little bit bigger than the other one, got pretty much the same stuff, and I love when they have these machines because you can do so much on these.
And they played like an hour.
Including 4 tickets and a parking pass. Running left, cuts it back, and he gets brought down after a short game. One more time today for your 49ers, Drumline, Maryland.
So after the game, we couldn't get a single Uber. So we walked the 40-minute walk back to our hotel, and now we're all in bed because we got to wake up at 3 in the morning, which is ironic because that's when I woke up on Thursday to fly out here.
Well, as you can see, it's completely pitch black, but time to go to the airport. I'll explain why more later, but the hardest thing about going to the West Coast is leaving the West Coast because you lose 3 hours. And that's gonna do it for this Homewood. This was definitely newer and nicer than the State Bridge. That room we had was really nice and big. One last shot of the boys before we go back to the hotel. Are you filming the rental? One last stop before the airport. Over there is where we dropped the car off. Right here is where we picked it up. Pre-check is worth every penny because I got through that in less than 5 minutes, and we'll see how long it ends up taking them, but it's really sad because we've been planning this trip for such a long time and it's coming to an end. Well, it was really sad, but this was the final moments I had with my friends as I board onto my plane on my way to Minneapolis. You saw a nice view coming in to Minneapolis there. I've also flown through Salt Lake City when flying to or from the West Coast, but I just chose to go through Minneapolis both times. I get to show you guys a different Sky Club because I needed to go from C to the B gates this time. So this is the Sky Club in the C gates. As you can see, they had their lunch spread out, which I think is a little bit better than their breakfast spread. We had some shredded chicken, some mashed potatoes, and some green beans, of course, with a cup of lemonade. Now, I included this shot because the wheels on the tram always remind me of the hydraulic wheels that used to be on Top Thrill dragsters. So every time I ride a tram, I think of that. We headed our way to B4 to get on our last plane to Columbus. And I think this one had a blurry window as well. Almost home, one more plane.
here, unseasonably warm, nice day. No weather between here and there, so it should be mostly a smooth ride up.
Well, I am back in my room where I woke up at 3 in the morning just a few days ago. Really excited for this trip. I wanted to end this video first with a fully transparent look into what we paid for all of this. So for first class from Columbus, Ohio, all the way to San Jose, California, I paid a grand total of $12, which is absolutely crazy, but that's because I used over 250,000 Delta points. So 250,000 Delta points plus $12 gave me those 4 first class flights. Yeah, connected in Minneapolis on the way in and on the way out. So yeah, that's what we paid for that. So for the hotel, you guys heard me say the first hotel, I paid just 24,000 IHG points. But for the second hotel, I paid about 300,000 Hilton points on top of $150 per night for that nice hotel room. You saw there was like 3 beds. It was really big and spacious. So yeah, that's how nice of a hotel room that was. And then finally for the rental car, so I had free rental days, so we didn't pay the actual charge per day for the car, which you saw how nice of a car we had, an Audi Q5. So I don't want to estimate. I can't remember exactly what that would have been per day that we saved, but I know it's a lot of money. So all we paid for was the insurance and then all of the fees that go with renting a car. So that totaled around $240. So when you look at all of those and divide them across 3 people, I think this was a very, very efficient trip. And with that, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Zach and Alex, I appreciate you guys going on that trip for me. And I'm glad we have this video to show our kids and look back on for the rest of our lives. We've been planning that trip for a long time. And to be honest, I feel like it went off without a hitch. There's really nothing wrong with it. So glad we got to go to Alcatraz. We've been playing, that map on a video game since like high school, since we've known each other. So to get to actually go out there and see it was awesome. The 49ers game was amazing. And then getting to take Zach, my enthusiast friend, as well as Alex, to California's Great America, a park that I absolutely love. I was so excited to be able to do that, and we had a great time and got so many rides in. That vlog will be coming the week after this vlog drops, so I'll link it in the description, but yeah, it'll be coming the Friday after this vlog drops. But with that, my name is Will. You guys can call me Tate. I read every comment I get. If you guys have any questions about anything as far as transportation or how we did things, I will be sure to answer those. I read every comment I get. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.
Can you catch me now?